Can't wait to see what comes up. Got some new stuff today. We'll see. Will I fall on my face, die on the way, or, or will we crush it? This isn't us at Impact Theory being in a bubble. There is a whole world of hyper-successful entrepreneurs for whom it's not enough to have made a ton of cash. They really want to do something. All right, we are on our way to Red Bull. They have the Red Bulletin podcast, which they have been kind enough to invite me on. And let me tell you, this is a lesson in always be kind, always be seeing how you can help people, because this was set up by one of my former employees who has since gone on to Red Bull, which is how this connection has happened. I'm excited to be reaching the Red Bull audience. They're obviously ambitious men is how I look at it. So people that are hardcore driven, and that is certainly a sweet spot for me and who I'm trying to reach, because that's who I see myself as. What's up, homegirl? How you doing? It's so good to see you.
So good
Thanks for
to see you.
having me. What do you want? Like, what do you want badly? If what you want is to really eat a lot of amazing food, like, I'm not your guy. So don't come to me for advice on that, because I'm about the flip side of that coin, which is I want to eat it and I don't, and that makes me feel like a badass. And so for me, I'm trying to manage my brain chemistry like anyone else. I want to feel good about myself. And if eating all those things and not caring about what I look like made me feel good and that was part of my identity, hell yeah, I'd rock it. Like I literally do not have any judgment on people. The only people that I'm sad for are people that want to be this way and live in the opposite direction. Yeah. And so they're torn up about it. Yeah. Somebody who's not conflicted, yeah, man, like that's amazing. I so love the act of improving what I'm capable of, whether mentally or physically. Like, I love that act. The way that some people like to smoke a joint, like my thing is that moment where I'm like, whoa, I can lift a weight I couldn't lift before. I can read faster than I used to be able to read. I know more about neuroscience than I used to know. I'm able to, this was really powerful in my life, I'm able to shorten the amount of time that I spend angry or sad or whatever, because I understand brain chemistry and I can begin to take control of my own brain chemistry. Like all of those things, like they make me feel good about myself and they allow me to navigate my life in a more effective way, meaning it takes me to my goals faster. When I actually made money was when I walked into my partners and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. Here's your equity back. If I don't cross the finish line, I shouldn't get anything for this. I have no interest whatsoever in chasing money ever again. I'm gonna go do what makes me feel most alive. If I can make money at that, that will be awesome. I'll be very grateful, but I'm never gonna prioritize money ever again. And let's take just a funny meme for a second. Come to the dark side, we have cookies. Now, it's funny, it's cute, but there actually is something to that. Rage is intoxicating. Rage has a clarity. And so you actually have to warn people not to get too sucked in, because if you're an anxious person and I piss you off, you're not anxious anymore. You're filled with rage and it's wonderful. These things serve purposes. And so if you don't teach people how to navigate their own, this is why I'm obsessed with mind control, because it's all about your own mind, right? I'm not worried about controlling other people's minds. I'm gonna control my own. So once you understand that like the game you're playing is controlling your own mind, that the reason Star Wars is amazingly powerful is it literally is this allegory for how not to give in to the rage, to the anger, to all that. Because while it has this immediate power, right? And it always talks about the people that go to the dark side are fucking powerful. But then the light side, which maybe takes more discipline, more time, you have to be more careful, yeah. It makes you more human, right? Which is exactly why it's pitted this machine against man. So you can either maintain your humanity right. and get the power, but it's slower, it's harder, it takes more discipline, you have to live by a code, or you can just be incredibly powerful, but you give up your humanity. But we're not telling people how to extract that and actually think about yourself as an entrepreneur. And are you gonna be on the Darth Vader side and just think about profits, be a clever marketer and take from people? Or are you gonna play the long game, be the Luke Skywalker, understand that yes, it may be a little harder to be delivering value all the time, to prioritize your customer over profits, but in the long run, that humanity, especially now with social media, you're gonna be rewarded for that, but you have to play the long game. Just got done with the Red Bull podcast. Interview was a lot of fun. Andreas, the interviewer, was a phenomenal interviewer. I judge them always by, are they able to get me beyond my normal loop? So I'm at my happiest when somebody is asking novel questions that I haven't heard before, which he did in spades. The questions that he asked really took us into fun places. All right, from me and the Wookiee Monster, this is us signing off. We had an awesome day. Thank you guys so much for coming with me, covering multiple forms of content, one of the coolest podcast interviews I have done in a while, and just for sharing in the genius that is this team. Surround yourself with badass people. Go out and execute. And when I say go out, I mean right now. Go execute.